Jack Ma. How did the founder of Alibaba, one of the world's largest e-commerce platforms, become a self-made multi-billionaire? We'll cover the path Jack Ma took to amass his fortune in today's episode.
My name is Dan Henry, and when I was 16 years old, I decided that I wanted to be rich. So I studied as many wealthy entrepreneurs as I could and used what I learned to create my own successful business. The purpose of this channel is to share my research with the world and show you how they got rich.
Alibaba's founder Jack Ma has been hailed as one of the most powerful men in the world, a visionary. His relentless pursuit to master the English language led him down a path to wealth that he could never have imagined as a boy in Southeast China. A path that drove him to be one of the wealthiest men in the world, with a net worth of $50 billion and growing. Ma Yun was born in China on October 15, 1964. He was the middle child born to modest musicians. Poor but happy, young Ma was gawky but scrappy. As a young boy, he often found himself in fights, but no matter the size of his opponent, Ma never backed down. And he never backed down from his dreams either. He had a dream to learn English, but paying for school wasn't an option. So with a dream in his mind and a passion in his heart, he set to work. This dream would lead him to ride his bike 17 miles to a hotel every week for 9 years so that he could serve as a tour guide to English-speaking tourists. In exchange for leading the visitors on a tour, Ma would hone his English skills. It was here that Ma would make a friend and pen pal who couldn't pronounce his given name, so he called him Jack, and it stuck. Jack Ma was determined to conquer the English language and further his education. He knew the only choice he had to rise up in his world was through education, so he applied to college. After 2 failed attempts, Jack would finally pass his college entrance exams after 3 years of trying. In 1988, Jack Ma graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in English from Hangzhou Teachers Institute. As soon as he graduated, he began applying for jobs. 30 job applications, in fact. And he was rejected by every single one, including KFC. 23 of 24 applications were accepted to serve the finger-licking good chicken, all but Jack Ma. Finally, Ma was hired for a job that was the perfect fit, an English teacher at the very school from which he just graduated. He would earn $12 for an entire month's work as a college-level teacher, but he was good at it, and he loved it. As he taught, he pursued opportunities to continue his education. Jack had business school in his sights, not just any business school, the Harvard Business School. 10 rejections later, Ma never made it to Harvard as a student. In 1994, he heard about the internet. Although the World Wide Web had been made public the previous year, many Chinese didn't know or believe in its existence. Jack Ma would change that. After starting his first company, the Hangzhou Haibo Translation Agency, Jack made a trip to the US to collect for a client's debt. He was met by a sketchy man in Malibu who pulled a gun on him and held him prisoner for 2 days. Ever the charmer, Ma talked his way free by promising to partner with him on an internet venture. Ma did not keep that promise, but met up with friends who gave him his first real-life taste of the internet. Try as he might, Ma could find very little from his home country available on the internet. Something as mundane as beer could be found from many countries, but not China. Even the most basic information wasn't available. So, what's a visionary going to do with this knowledge? Collaborate with his buddies to piece together a website on the spot. At 9:40 a.m., the shabby site went live. Within 2 hours and 50 minutes, Jack would receive his first life-altering emails from Chinese businessmen wanting to know more about him. Ma and fellow teacher He Yibing started another company in April of 1995 called China Pages. The following May, they registered the domain name ChinaPages.com in the US. 3 years later, their site had pulled in roughly $800,000. That project would serve as a learning tool for Ma. Never without motivation, he began building websites for businessmen. On the day he finally dialed up to the web, Jack planned a party with friends to celebrate. 3.5 hours later, one half of a page appeared. This tiny little page was cause for victory in Ma's eyes because he proved the internet was indeed real. His next decision would take him on the journey of a lifetime. From his Hangzhou apartment, using the money from friends and investors, Jack Ma pulled together $60,000, gathered 17 friends and students, and developed Alibaba.com as a business-to-business marketplace, the first of its kind in China. Alibaba was being noticed throughout the world, and by October of 1999, Ma's company was attracting billions from powerhouses like Goldman Sachs and SoftBank. During that time, his company won foreign venture capital investments in the sum of $25 million. All eyes were on Jack Ma, as the expectation was set for Alibaba to better the e-commerce market, while at the same time perfecting an e-commerce platform for China, so they could deal with the current World Trade Organization issues. The new company was so fiscally stable that it survived the infamous dot-com crash of 2000 and began seeing profits soon after. In 2003, Jack would develop his answer to eBay with Taobao.com. Again, his idea was successful. None of that happens by accident. From his years as a teacher, Ma had learned how to develop talent, and he brought that skill into business. Of course, he also brought his adventurous personality, which meant having crazy ideas like doing company-wide handstands during work to stay energized. Though eBay pursued Ma to purchase Taobao.com, he would never consent, but instead held out for a better deal. In 2005, Jack would trade a 40% stake in Taobao for a $100 billion investment from the tech giant Yahoo. The deal was valued at $4 billion. The next several years, Jack Ma would see countless awards. One of the top 10 economic personalities of the year, Young Global Leader, Business Person of the Year, and one of the world's best CEOs. And then in 2008, he found his feet as a philanthropist. He began by endeavoring to improve education, public health, and the environment. Ma went on to help earthquake victims, struggling entrepreneurs, and underprivileged peoples in China, Australia, Africa, and the Middle East. September 19, 2014, the New York Stock Exchange, the perfect place to go public with Alibaba, the perfect place to make a few $1 billion, $25 billion in fact. Alibaba's $150 billion IPO set a record that day as the largest offering for a US-listed company in the history of the New York Stock Exchange. Upon this groundbreaking sale, Alibaba's employees had every reason to celebrate at Hangzhou headquarters. Ma publicly shared his hope that they learn to be a batch of genuinely noble people, a batch of people who are able to help others, and who are kind and happy. So we know Jack Ma the English teacher, Jack Ma the businessman, and Jack Ma the philanthropist. But Jack Ma the entertainer? Yep. Ma was known to sing and dance in public with that boyish smile he's famous for. But his more serious entertainment side can be seen in the 2017 kung fu short film, Gong Shou Dao. That's right, Jack Ma loved English, the internet, and a good Tai Chi performance. In September of 2018, he retired from Alibaba and started the Jack Ma Foundation. He would move on to seek out philanthropy, environmental causes, and educational work. Ma Yun was raised modestly. As a little boy, he would play with crickets and watch them fight. He would carry his tiny frame to school every day and fight for himself. And that same adventuresome, fighting spirit is what carried him through rejection after rejection until he found success. Jack Ma not only found success, he embraced it fully. And that's exactly how Jack Ma gained a net worth of over $50 billion. If you've never tried, how will you ever know if there's any chance? Jack Ma.
Hey, Dan Henry here, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of How They Got Rich. I created this channel because these men and women inspired me to quit my job years ago as a pizza boy and pursue entrepreneurship, which eventually led me to become a multi-millionaire. If you'd like to know more about that, you can follow me on my main YouTube channel, youtube.com/Dan Henry. But before you go, I'd like to remind you why the people on this channel are successful, as well as myself. It's because they've mastered 3 main areas of their life: business, productivity, and mindset. And that's why I've made it my life's work to help others in those 3 key areas. So here are 3 ways I can help you right now. If you own a business and you're looking to grow it, you can head over to getclients.com and learn how we built a $20 million business, as well as learn how these strategies can apply to your business. You'll find a collection of free trainings, podcasts, and blog posts on that website to help you grow your business. As well, you can grab a free copy of my book, Digital Millionaire Secrets, which is a Wall Street Journal and USA Today bestseller. You can find that on getclients.com. Number 2, you can head over to plantomorrow.com and check out the Plan Tomorrow Daily Planner. This is a planner I personally designed to make myself more productive and get things done. Because the truth is, if you want to do big things, you have to get things done. And I know this planner will help change your life like it's changed mine. For a limited time, it also comes with a free productivity class taught by me, so head over there right now and grab yourself a copy. And finally, number 3, if you're struggling with mindset, confidence, motivation, imposter syndrome, or you're just looking to develop a rock-solid mindset so you can achieve more in life, then I want you to head over to howtothink.com, where we have daily mindset mentoring on how to achieve anything in life by changing the way you think. So grab a copy of your Plan Tomorrow Daily Planner now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next episode.